is it. It's gonna be my last upper body workout here in Chicago before I move out to LA for the next 5 months. As you see, this has been my home gym for a while now. So I think today I'm just gonna take you through my upper body workout, give a little bit of tips here and there, but treat this as more of like a life update video, more chill kind of vlog. And at the end, I'm taking y'all to get some post-workout at one of my favorite restaurants here in the Chicago suburbs. Let's get to it. All right, so we're gonna start out with lat pull down. First, you need a handle. All right, you got a handle. So what we're gonna be doing is a wide grip lat pull down for this first exercise as a more lower lat biceps exercise. So. I'm gonna do a couple more warm-up sets just as my first exercise. Now, the key thing to this is you wanna make sure that you're driving your elbows down to the side of your body. So instead of just going like this and trying to get your chin up over the bar, I like to focus on what my elbows are doing and having them drive down to the side of my body like that. So, I started eating breakfast again, but today I didn't get to. So I'm kind of weak today. I refuse to consume caffeine today. I think I'm just gonna do one set for everything, take it pretty much all the way to failure, since I'm like low-key pretty hungry. All right, so now we're gonna be moving on to some Kelso shrugs. So think of this as pretty much a shrug done in a row position. So instead of rolling all the way back with this and bending my arms, I'm merely just gonna squeeze my shoulder blades back and let them come apart. That is the entire range of motion. But before I do that, let me show you guys the fit for the day. We got the Attain Able Seamless t-shirt. Honestly, I've been pretty much living these, man. You guys used to see me wear the stringers and stuff all the time because, you know, obviously exposes a lot of the muscle, but I've been liking this more kind of like running style, modest, demure look. And of course, we're rocking the 5-inch inseam Able core shorts in the plum colorway, which I really f with. Let me show you guys the tank top underneath too. So Able also has the tank top version of the Attain Seamless. As you see, pretty clean, very breathable and stuff. So I'll let the clothing kind of speak for itself, but if you're interested in copying some Able gear, you can use code PATH to get an additional 10% off. It'd be much appreciated. Let's get back to it. I think my working weight's gonna be 2.5. I gotta be careful with the Kelso shrug because the past like few years I've been dealing with this like mild scapula pain when I train my rear delts and when I train mid-back. So that's an excuse I have for having small rear delts and mid-back. I gotta make sure this mic doesn't get like caught, so I'm gonna put y'all right there. I'm gonna go for 8 reps, and I hope you guys will be able to visually see me retracting my scapula and protracting it so you better understand the range of motion on this movement. Oh, man, I'm a creature of habit. Now, I think probably the most suboptimal thing I do is not use lifting straps. Like the ones to get a good grip on back exercises, I just think they take too long to set up. And not gonna lie, like I can barely reach it as is. So I guess this is a testament that you don't need to optimize every single thing. Move on to the next exercise. All right, so next exercise we got is gonna be the Carter extension. Now, you might think this is probably the most extra way to do a tricep push down, but trust me, it's actually quite good. And what a Carter extension looks like is essentially this. It's an upper arm supported tricep push down. Meaning, by keeping my humerus glued to this rail, it avoids having me cheat as I approach failure, which, you know, it's a valid thing. It's actually pretty good, I promise. Just give it a shot, right? But I'm actually gonna be starting with my right arm since it's weaker compared to my left. What I tend to do is I start with the weaker side and then I match the same amount of reps I can with the stronger side. Now I've seen the complete opposite approach where you start with the stronger side and then you do what you can with the weaker side and then do kind of like a quick 5-second rest and then get back on to try to match the amount of reps. It could be decent if you're really trying to minimize that muscle imbalance, but from a fatigue perspective, you might run into issues on that weaker side, hence why I am starting with the weaker side. Now the problem with this Carter extension is you guys can't really see my triceps train, so I'm probably just gonna have Timmy speed run through this. I'm gonna take a water break. Ooh, it's like RR bar 0.5. I think I could have got it if I really tried to train to failure, but I'm keeping a little bit chill today because my normal lifting routine on top of all the cardio I've been doing recently, I'm feeling like I'm breaking down a little bit. So we gotta kind of keep the intensity a little bit lower. My left arm's so much stronger, am I right? You know, honestly, I really enjoy filming at this gym. So I think it's gonna be kind of sad me leaving. I hope I find something like equally as big and wide open in LA. Because from the 1 month trip I did, it was a little bit tough. But you know, if you guys have any recommendations out in LA, let me know down in the comments. Pretty nice. Next thing we have is gonna be a single arm preacher curl. But real quick guys, I think I kind of messed up with my fit. I don't think I should have wore the 5-inch inseams with this tank top because it kind of almost looks like I have a dress just because my torso is so short. But real quick, for those that would be worried about that, the shorts also come in a 7-inch inseam, so that would have been a better option. I just, you know, didn't think to. All right, here we go. Set number 1. Good set. As you see, when I end the set, I don't end up here. I actually let my arm extend and end the set once my elbow's extended, just because, you know, you get that little bit of eccentric at the end. So, you know, you're stronger in that eccentric portion, so it's a way you can kind of milk out your set a little bit more. Is it gonna make you the biggest difference? No, probably not. I'm just showing you guys how I normally train. All right, 10. Good set. All right, you guys might be wondering why I'm moving to LA. Well, honestly, it's because of opportunity, but not in like the weird, oh, I'm trying to like collab with everyone kind of way. It's more so that I feel like the city and environment you put yourself in can either enhance or hinder your experience. So the city either acts as a power boost or like a nerve. I encourage you, especially while you're young, whatever goals you might have, whether it be more on the career side or more about life, put yourself in the city or environment that is well known for those things. So obviously for fitness and social media, it makes sense to at least spend a little bit of time in LA, right? Regardless of whether I'm gonna stay there long term or not. So it's kind of like the same reason people in finance will move to New York City or people in tech will move to the Bay Area. You're more likely able to find like-minded people that have either been in your shoes before but are a couple steps ahead or a couple steps back or at the same, you know, point in time in your career as well, which I think has a lot of weight. Not in the weird kind of way where it's like, oh, I'm trying to get something out of people, but sometimes, man, it's just good to get lunch with people that also are doing the same thing with you and are actually available at the same times that you are, right? But yeah, let me know if you guys want like more coherent life advice, if that would be something you're interested in. Obviously, I'm not gonna make my page that, but I can definitely think of a few things I'd like to say, so let me know. All right, so I finally started carrying a cuff around with me. It's because it can come in handy in cases like this, because what we're gonna be doing, we're gonna be training the brachioradialis. But we're not doing a traditional barbell reverse curl, because of course the grip always becomes a limiting factor. So instead, I'm gonna show y'all this chest supported, what do you call that? Chest supported unilateral reverse curl using a cable cuff. You may have seen this in one of my shorts, but to see it live in action, probably the best variation where instead of using a D handle, I'm actually using a cuff, so I don't have to worry about this hurting my arm or anything. Able to train the brachioradialis without the grip being a limiting factor. Now I know this exercise looks so extra, but it's actually a method to the madness, right? Biggest limiting factor when you're doing reverse curl is gonna be your grip, because you have that pronated grip. You'll find that if you do something like this, especially since you're chest supported, where there's pretty much no momentum, you can actually train the brachioradialis all the way to failure without any limiting factors here. And that is why I do it. While everyone is staring at me at the gym for doing this, thinking I'm crazy, I'm like, hey man, working set. Ooh, I don't know about you guys, but usually if I'm training my brachioradialis on a reverse curl, ain't no way I'm getting close to 40 pounds, you know? So don't knock it till you try it, guys. GG. All right, so this is gonna be the last exercise. We're gonna do a cable weighted ab crunch. And as you saw, majority of my exercises for today were all like mostly pulling exercises plus triceps and now abs. Just because you're doing like an upper lower split doesn't mean you need to equally divide every single exercise evenly across every single muscle group. You can still have a certain workout, kind of focus a little bit more on the back, but then let's say your other upper body day, a few days later, be a little bit more chest dominant, right? Okay, enough yapping. Let me do a warm up real quick. Good set. All right, let's go to the turf.
I am nothing. I am everything. This is my soul.
Last little posing session here in Chicago. As you see, the physique is looking pretty solid here, but man, I'm so hungry. Like, I better be looking solid right now because I'm pretty much completely fasted. So we're gonna get some post-workout, but first, actually, I'm gonna get a post-workout shake. All right, what are we rocking today? For the festivities, because I know we're a few days out of 4th of July when this comes out, got some MyProtein Rocket Pop Clear Whey. So you know, like the Rocket Pop popsicle? Yeah, it's pretty much that flavor, but of course, boom, 90 calories, 20 grams of protein. Whoa. Really good macros anyways for a protein powder, so that's how it looks. And it is admittedly one of the better flavors of Clear Whey. Oh yeah, that is good. That's actually really good. Personally, I think lemonade and sour cherry still probably ranks above, but this might be third, man. Not gonna lie. Speaking of that though, I think they should come out with a grape flavor. I don't know, maybe I'll be the only person that likes that, but like, I think grape would be kind of cool. Of course, if you need to restock on any supplements or if you want to pick up this Rocket Pop Clear Whey, you can use code TPATH to get a pretty hefty discount. I think it's like 45%. Might be more, might be less. I'm not really sure, to be honest, so don't trust me on that. But never hurts to just check so often, see what deal you're getting, because they'd be putting some banger deals on, man. I think MyProtein is honestly probably best value protein powder for the money, especially considering that it's third-party tested. But okay. Now, enough of this. I'm gonna finish this post-workout shake, and then let's get a post-workout meal at my favorite Vietnamese restaurant. You guys have to go. All right, we made it. Tasty House 1, best Viet restaurant in Chicago, I swear to God. I'm gonna show you the best thing to get at this place that's actually pretty high protein. And as you know, Viet cuisine is pretty lean, which is good. Should fit your macros, so let's go inside. All right, now, I know a lot of people when they think of Viet food, they probably think of spring rolls, banh mi, and pho. Why I like all of them, obviously the cleanest thing to get is chicken pho, right? But see, the problem with chicken pho is that most places, it's kind of bland, it just doesn't really taste that good. Sure, it's lean, but it just doesn't really taste that good and doesn't have a lot of protein, to be honest, because they usually are skimpy on the chicken. However, at this place, I'm gonna show you guys, the chicken pho here, crazy. They give you a lot of meat. Mind you, I had the regular steak pho for like years, right? And I always told all my friends, I'm like, bro, this is the best place for pho, just in general. But then one day I tried the chicken pho, I'm like, not gonna lie, chicken pho is even better than the steak pho. So I'm gonna get that, and I'll show you guys once the food arrives. All right, the pho has arrived. Look at this big bowl. Of course, we gotta start with trying the broth, plain without, you know, putting anything in it. It's good. And then, let me show you. Usually chicken pho is like little, you know, dry, bitty pieces of meat. Let's see, this is like, they put a whole thigh in here. You know, that's this one. You know, a couple more thighs. More thigh, like, bro, like you don't, there's no other chicken pho place I've been to, at least in Chicago, that gives you this much meat, and the meat's actually tender. But first, we add some basil, some greens in there. Let me know in the comments if you guys have, if you guys like Viet food, if you tried any of this. Honestly, I just put everything in. Also cools down the broth, so it's like quicker for me to eat. But I tend to not like eating jalapenos because tends to give me canker sores. It's like Mas. I used to go here like all the time, so it's definitely a place I'm gonna be missing. Ooh. A bite of the meat. Got a little noodles, broth. Cheers, folks, to LA. So with that said, I hope you guys like this more vloggy style video for today. More content to come in LA. Thank you guys so much for watching. A like would be much appreciated in this video. If you're new, hit subscribe to level up your physique and hit the bell notification to get these videos right as they come hot. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.